Hi friends, as continuation of our tenses, now we came to last tense, that is future tense. What does future denote? Future denotes action that is going to take place in future. Normally whenever we use future tense, we use will or shall. Even in future tense also we have all four forms, and let us learn when do we use them and what are the structures of this. When do we use future tense? See, sometimes when you are going to do some activities in future, suppose you are going somewhere and you have to make a plan, right? And you have to make schedule of it. For that, we use future tense. See students, these are the four forms of future tense. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. Now let us learn each one with their structures and examples. First one, simple future. What's its structure? Subject plus will or shall plus verb V1, that is present form of verb, plus object. Here will or shall should be taken as only auxiliary verbs, helping verbs. In case of be forms or has or have or had, those are called primary auxiliaries because they are used as main verbs and sometimes used as helping verbs. But here will or shall, it denotes only future action. So it is used as helping verb only. Right? Now let us come to the sentences. I shall attend the conference tomorrow. What is subject here? I. And what is the auxiliary verb or helping verb? Shall. Normally first person we use shall. Attend is the verb. What's the object? Conference. Now what's the keyword here that enables you that we have to use simple future tense? The word tomorrow. The word tomorrow indicates it's going to take place in future. So, such sentences are said to be in simple future. If you come to the second sentence, my brother will purchase a car in the next week. So, here what is the keyword? In the next week is the keyword that tells it the sentence is in simple future. Even in future dates also we use simple future. Now let's learn future continuous tense, its structure. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus present participle form of verb plus object. Actually, when do we use future continuous tense? When action which is going to take place in future and will be continuing in future at that point of time, then we use future continuous tense. Now look at the example here. Students will be writing examination tomorrow at this point of time. So here it will go on in future only and it will be continuing in future at this point of time. For example, if you don't use the word at this point of time, if you use only tomorrow, students will write examination tomorrow, right? If you don't use tomorrow, what should be the structure? Students are writing examination at this point of time. But here these two are the keywords. Tomorrow is one keyword. At this point of time, the phrase at this point of time, another keywords which indicate the sentence should be used in future continuous tense. And one more thing I forgot to tell you. After will or shall we used be. So be is also one of the be forms. Am, is, are, be, been, all these are be forms only. And then present participle form, we know ing form of the verb is called present participle form of verb. So have this in mind whenever you use future continuous tense. That is the structure. Now future perfect tense and its structure. Subject plus will or shall plus have plus past participle form of verb plus object. See here again will or shall denotes future. Along with that, we have to use another auxiliary verb, that is have, not has. Remember, not has or had, only have you have to use, and past participle form of verb. You know, that is, whenever we use have or has or had, we use past participle form of verb plus object. Come to the sentence. We shall have finished our project by next month. Here we use subject shall have finished is the past participle form of verb. Our project by next month. Here you have to be very careful. When do we use future perfect tense? We use future perfect tense in future, and you are giving assurance that the work will be completed in a given period of time. Then we use future perfect tense. Look at the sentence once again. We shall have finished our project by next month. See here the difference between by and next month. We shall have finished the work by next month indicates that you are giving assurance. If you don't use the word by, what sense does it convey? We shall finish our project in the next month. There is no assurance in that. But whenever we use the word by, that you are giving assurance that it will surely be completed by the given period of time. So here what are the keywords which enable you that you have to use future perfect tense? The words by and next month. Next month anyway indicates future tense. By indicates assurance. Thus, whenever you give assurance, then we have to use future perfect tense. Now, the last transform is future perfect continuous tense. What is its structure? Subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus present participle form of verb plus object. If you take the example, we shall have been staying in London for the next 2 years. When do we use future perfect tense? See, action is going to take place in future and will be continuing in future for a period of time. Action will start in future and will be continuing in future for a period of time. Then we use future perfect continuous tense. We shall have been staying in London for the next 2 years. Right? What are the keywords or phrases which enable you that you have to use future perfect tense for the next 2 years? So for the next 2 years, make you understand that you have to use future perfect continuous tense. Initially we learned, like earlier we learned that in past perfect continuous tense for the last 2 years, but now for the next 2 years. So here for the next 2 years indicate the action which is going to take place in future and will be continuing in future for a period of time. So students, keep all these things in mind. These tense forms are very important to 10th standard students, intermediate students, CBSE students. For all categories of students, these tense forms are very, very important. And those who are going for competitive examinations also, these are very important. And for intermediate students, 5 marks are allotted only for tenses. Even in correction of sentences also, some marks are allotted. So it's very, very important. For spoken English, for writing reports or whatever you do, these are very important. So keep all these things in mind. Whenever you frame sentences, whenever, construction of sentences, and also in the uses and in giving examples and all, keep all these things in mind. Till now, we learned tenses, all 3 tenses, and with their sub-classification, we learned tenses theoretically. Next time, if we get a chance, we will learn through practice. Practice in the sense, maybe in the form of exercises or in the stories. Through stories, we will learn tenses.